Is there a mass casualty event heading our way? Now, we have politician guys that are worried about a mass casualty event taking place. So much that they're looking to change a ruling that they have where if a lot of politicians wind up disappearing in a mass casualty event, to be replaced, it takes up to 3 to 4 months. They want to get that down to, if I'm not mistaken, a week or two. So they want people to be replaced immediately for the continuity of government. So with that, you look at this thing going down with the politicians worried about themselves going missing, but then you have the DoD directive that was recently updated back in September. Then you have FEMA that updated their mass fatality guide that they had. And then in this guide, they talked about like what to do with bodies and things like that. And I guess how to respond to a mass fatality event, as their guide puts it. So you have all of these things, guys, starting to get checked. The boxes are starting to get checked. Then you have a sustainable document by UN being initiated called the Pact of the Future. So this also deals with changing a lot of things in the world. As their document puts it, they want to change all of these things suddenly with no real explanation as to how they're going to get there. So when you read the pact, you're like, this reads like a very bad how to take care of your child guide. It's just do this and do that, and not how they're going to get there. When you read this guide, that the Pact of the Future by the UN. So you're looking at all of these things going on, and then you're watching a lot of military exercises go on here in the United States. You have military exercises going on with Russia, Japan, China, North Korea, and everybody seems like they're getting ready for something. So clearly, guys, not clearly, excuse me, it looks like something could be happening very soon, or this could all be a coincidence and everybody's just training and updating their guide as time goes by. There is that. There is a few years of things not being updated, and they're looking at it and going, oh, this needs to be updated, so let's throw this in there. There is that. But with the DoD directive letting U.S. military fire upon American citizens, there was another directive that was also updating, letting non-citizen contractors carry firearms on American soil. So again, all of these things are starting to come together. We're looking at this election, which security is up the ass in this election. I mean, people have armed guards and snipers on roofs. They have drones in the sky, police at every polling location, police at every drop box, just about every drop box, depending on the state you're in. So clearly, guys, there's something amiss. Something is going on, or these people are just super paranoid and they're dotting their I's and crossing their T's, if that makes any sense. Listen, none of this stuff might happen. And they could just be paranoid like the rest of us are paranoid. Now, I'm not so much paranoid. I talk about the things that could happen because whether it happens or not, I don't care. I'm ready to rock and roll no matter what goes. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, great. It doesn't pay to sit home and ponder about this shit to the point where you make yourself sick. It really doesn't. Either you're ready to go or you're not. And if you're not, you're behind the 8 ball. But if you are, you're ahead of the curve. So all of this that's coming out is good to keep. It's good to have in the back of your head all of these things going on. So if something snaps, you're like, all right, this is what's going to happen next. Or this is why this happened. So these things, guys, that I think even politicians are nervous about, maybe just that. They could be just nervous bitches and they're fucking, again, making sure everything is squared away in case something happens. Or something's undoubtedly going to happen because the Pact of the Future written by the UN, when you read that document, you're like, all right, this is bad because everything is just supposed to happen. Everything is just supposed to be peaceful. Women are supposed to get equality like that. There's supposed to be world hunger solved like this, all in the next 5 years. So I'm assuming in the next 5 years, something's got to give. Something has to happen because the way they have everything squared away or the way they're writing everything up doesn't make a lot of sense. All I'm saying, guys, is that we definitely need to be careful about what's going on. Now, again, it doesn't pay to sit there and get nervous and sick about it, but you have to be aware of what could happen. That's all. Don't get nervous. Don't get sick. Don't start running around the streets screaming, trying to convince your friends that civil war is right around the corner. Listen, guys, civil war can happen in the next couple of months. Civil war can happen in the next 20, 30, 40 years. We do not know. Civil war is a buildup, right? So it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to wake up tomorrow morning and we're in the middle of some shit. It's a buildup to it. Are we headed in that direction with everything that's going on? I think so. But could it happen in the next couple of months? Yes. Could it happen in the next 30 years? Absolutely. So you have to look at it that way. Could it happen, 50 years from now? Most likely. If we're not in it in the next couple of months to the next 30 years, it's got to happen down the line, because we're just getting to that boiling point where we are tired of the way politicians are treating us. Not so much Democrats and not so much Republicans. The way politicians are treating us is why we need to, be ready for whatever might happen. Because at some point, people are just going to get tired of the bullshit. So just be careful, guys, of the nonsense, and make sure that anything else politicians do, pay attention to what they're doing, because the mass casualty event that politicians are getting ready for, so are other people. And if the United States government is getting ready for this, if FEMA is getting ready for this, something's up. That's all I'm saying. Other than that, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.